Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is John with Flippin' Ain't Easy, and Jenna's not here. She's gone this week at her sister's house, and that means that I am doing the shipping. So I thought, what better way than to take you here with me and bring you here with me and have you just follow along while you're working. I'm going to do my shipping. So let's go. Let's do it. Let's see what we can do. It's going to be a long video, more than likely. I'm making this video on, what is it, Sunday night, Labor Day weekend, and normally I would do this Monday night or early Tuesday morning, but we have a lot of sales going on, and I know that I hope that between now and Tuesday morning we're going to have more, and I don't want to be inundated with just a ton of packages. So I look at it, it's halftime, we have another half of the game. It's football season, so I got to at least make that halfway through the weekend, and I want to get this done and out of the way. So that's what I'm doing right now while Jenna's out having fun. Now, I got both accounts that I'm working. Now, mind you, I'm going to be in both accounts. So I'm going to work her account first. I call it her account. It's her second account, really. It's not a he or she thing. It just I call it her account because I assign the account to her phone so that if we have offers and stuff, then she can check it or whatever. So we have 8 orders on this account. And this is from Friday after our cutoff usually our cutoff's at 9. We have a stated cutoff for shipping, same day shipping at 7. But I figure, you know what, if we're still doing shipping by 9 a.m. and we have an order that comes in, we'll just still run it, right? So anything after that has been included here. So let's take a look here. We have 8 orders, and I'm using this laptop, and it's fine. I'll use a laptop. It's set up. This is what Jenna would do. First item is a Keurig Elite K-Cup coffee maker part. And I've got to find the thing. See, this is it. Half the battle. I just had this stuff, and I brought it in the room here. Okay, that's what happens when you lay stuff around. This room is, by the way, a hot mess, just so you know. Here's the part. I don't know if you're going to be able to make heads or tails of it. It's simply a power transformer from the inside of a Keurig. Now, in this particular one, what I'll usually do is, in all of these, I'll usually put some notes in the SKU, but there's no here, so I'm just going to use my best judgment. I'm going to send this in a small box. So I have what is this? This is a, I don't know, 6x4x4 box that we're going to run this through. And I have my handy dandy Better Pack 555E, and I'm going to run a 6-inch piece of, my cameraman's not very good right now. It's the gimbal. Actually, I should have done a 9. So always measure a couple inches beyond what you need, okay? And I might be going out of frame, even though this is supposed to follow me around, even though it's not really doing a great job of doing that. Supposed to be. And I don't want to make you guys dizzy either, but I have it set up for that. So have my packing tape, my bubble wrap. And what I like to do is I'll simply just take the box and I'll push that in there. And I've got some quilted that I made out from the garage that I will use for bigger boxes, bigger packages if needed. And then, you might need to add more. You want to make sure that you have no moving parts or moving items in this box. So that means you're just using more bubble wrap. Now, some people will use this. I don't like using this. Okay. Some people like to pack with this. I personally don't like it. This is something that everyone's got to have a personal preference. but whenever I see it in a package, I just, no, I don't like it. Personal, it's a personal thing. So I'd rather have the bubble wrap, give the impression, gotta love that machine, give the impression to my buyer that I just didn't, half-ass and, throw a bunch of craft paper in the box. I don't know, to each his own. That's just the way I look at it. So there it is, guys. Nothing special, but you gotta love how the paper tape just quickly goes on. I don't have to get the loud tape guns. Now I will. You guys will see the tape guns. I will break the tape guns out. Here we have packages only 13 ounces. And I did get a bunch of crap because I remeasure. But sometimes I do because you make mistakes, guys. So I'll put that. And it's now a $6.82 package instead of an $8.12. So we save some. I think I had free shipping on this anyway, but I don't want to, absorb that cost. Just run the label and just assume it's a pound when it's not. So we're going to run it through our Jaden's printer. Go check out Jaden's. I do believe that they do offer a good product, even though we're not sponsored by them anymore, actually. I didn't really see the value there to the audience. Didn't see a lot of, unless they weren't showing me their affiliate links, but I wasn't really getting a whole lot of, you can check when you're an affiliate. In some of these companies, they give you a portal you can go and check to see, has anyone even bought this printer? I think it's a darn good printer. I think you're better off going on to Amazon to buy it than directly through Jaden's, but there's no code for me to give you. But they are a good printer if you want one under $100. And there we go. It's good like that. And then I will just put it down here. I don't care. I'm going to collect this stuff here in a little bit. So this next item, let's go to the next one here. So we're going to be doing some shipping for a while, so you might as well just kind of get relaxed, get something to drink, get some popcorn. I'm going to try to do the shipping while I talk to you guys. So just please be patient with me. I'm not going to be in front of the camera like I try to be. I'm going to be working. So think of this as a James Helferstay video without the long hair. Okay? Just pretend he got a haircut. So, and I won't be singing to you guys either. No, none of that. All right. So now we have different poly bags. Now, of course, we do have an affiliate with Gyro Pack. Check out the code down below. If I still have it in there. We didn't for a minute, and the reason why we left, and I say we left Gyro Pack, because when I went on their site to try to find supplies, and I'm so here, real quick, I'll tell you about the Gyro Pack story here in a second, but I'm sure you guys want to know what the hell you're doing, John. I have a Westinghouse high pressure water hose for a water. I'm over here. This gimbal just was going crazy. So we're just going to leave it in there. So this is a pressure washer hose from Westinghouse. And we sold this for $17.99 plus shipping. So their total order was $25.83. $25.83. So ultimately, I just wrap it with some bubble wrap. I like to make sure that it's enclosed. So I will wrap the other side. I've got 2 wraps of bubble wrap, and one is kind of directly behind this gimbal where the camera is, so trying not to move it. And we're just going to go with it. We're going to roll with this episode, and yeah, we're going to roll with this episode. As it stands, my phone just yelled at me and said I have 20% battery remaining. So I'm going to just do the best that I can with this episode, and if we don't get through all the shipping, then we just, you know what? We just have to do it another time. Remember, This is not the shipping video that you were hoping for. Okay. The video that you were hoping for is one where Jenna is going to be in here and she's going to be talking to you, not me. So when will that be? I know a lot of people have been asking for it in the lives. Very soon. I'm going to probably have her mess with this. I'm going to see if she's up to it on Sunday. Now, she's getting in on Saturday. She's flying back in on Saturday. So I don't know if she's going to fill up to it, but she's got to do shipping anyway. You know, she's doing the R&R thing right now. So she's having fun at her sister's house. She went from one sister's house to another. So she's at the other sister's house. And so this is kind of what it looks like, guys. Now, I may, because see, you have a little bit of loose flap there, even though you flap it over. I am a big believer in using poly bags for a lot of my stuff. So I'll put a piece of tape over the enclosed part and maybe a piece of tape, this is packing tape, to cover that gap that I showed you, because I don't want it catching on any conveyor belts or anything like that. So that's kind of like what it's going to look like. It's not going to have the enclosure. It's going to look really nice. Sometimes we will put a box in the bag. I don't know if I probably will be doing that. I've got a really odd shaped item that I'm going to be polybagging, and I'm going to do a Franken bag because I don't have one that big. We'll get to that here in a minute. Probably in the next one we'll do a Franken bag. So this here is 2 pounds. I have this as 2 pounds, 12 by 12 by 4. That was just the estimation because of the size. And you know what? I just like to double check sometimes. So it's 11 by 11 and it's easily under 4. So we'll just keep it as 12 by 12 by 4. They paid $7.51 in shipping. Well, actually, they paid $8.51. I have a dollar built in there. So $7.51 is my cost of my label. And we're going to roll with it. We're going to run it. So I want to know, on the weekend, when do you do your shipping? When do you do your shipping? Do you do your shipping Sunday night or do you do it Monday morning? Next item is a Cuisinart. And I have it Frankenbox, guys. It's already done. I did this when I listed it. It's essentially like a, what is it, 864 stacked upon each other with the paper tape. It looks so much better than just gobs, and you need gobs and gobs of tape to make this thing work. Now, this thing is about 2 pounds, a little less than 2 pounds. Pound 1.6 pounds is fine. And of course, I'm full of mistakes, so I just want to make sure it's all good, which I think it is. 14, 9, and 7. Okay. They paid $30.21, $9.98 of that was shipping. I paid $8, I'm paying $8.98 for that label. Okay. So I figure, you know, about $1. Sometimes the larger items will yield me $2. Now, you remember, eBay charges you fees on your shipping labels. They charge you fees on your shipping labels. I apologize. My cameraman is on a bender right now. And it's the only way I'm going to be able to pull this video off is if I have something following me. And this cameraman is like Bearded Picker on a Friday Night Live. Okay. Just has a mind of his own. It's not a bad thing, right? 3 down. And on this account, 5 more to go. I don't know how long I'm going to make this video. But this one's going to be different here. This item's going to be very, very different. Anybody know what this is? Anybody know what this is? Pause the video and comment your thoughts down below. Okay, I'll cheat a little bit. I'll show you the bottom. That is some hardware. What is this thing? What could it be? Anyone know? Can anyone tell me what this is? There's no prizes, by the way, for this quiz. It's only just to show how smart you are, I guess. Comment down below. Pause it if you want, but I'll tell you. This is a fan blade for a ceiling fan. And this one is by Altura. Not sure if it's a Hunter fan or not. I don't know if I put that in there, but I have a variation listing. This one sold for $32.09. That's for one ceiling fan, guys. One ceiling fan. A lot of these fans have 4 to 5 blades. So I'm picking these fans up in their entirety for about $10 and parting them out. So I got the motor, you got the ceiling blades, you have, or the fan blades, you have some of the hardware, miscellaneous hardware, the pulleys, the chain pulley, sometimes the light kit, the light fixture, and like the mounting bracket. And I'm sure there's another part or two that I've forgotten. Easily 8 to 10 parts, individual parts, and there's 4 or 5 of these alone. And if I just bought it for the blades, I just killed my market, didn't I, by telling you that? So I don't care. Whatever, it is what it is. So $32 for this. Shipping. Now this is going to be weird to ship. It is 2 pounds. Is what I have it down as. It's not 2 pounds. It's 14. And I haven't put any packing materials on it. So can I make this under a pound? It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough because I'm not boxing it. I'm not boxing it. It's just an odd size item. And I am going to bubble the living crap out of this thing. And that's just the way it's going to be. I'm going to bubble it, and it's just going to be the way it is. I don't care who likes it or not. Let's just go with it. So, got my bubble wrap. Okay, we're going to do that. Okay. And bubble this thing. And I'm going to turn this into a Nerf bat. It's going to be so... They're going to be able to play stickball with this thing once they get it. Who knows what those workers do, by the way? You know, slow day. I'm wondering if they, you know, like to play games with our packages. You know, sort of like Primo Chemo's Nerf ball. They get a package that's about that size, and it's football season, and they think, all right, Jimmy, we're waiting for that next load of packages. Run past the pallet on the right and do a hook pattern, and I'll get you here with this box. All the while, it's Sally's glass Christmas ornament that she's hoping to get for Christmas. And let's just say it's an incomplete pass. Well, you might have an upset customer because of that, and then you didn't do anything wrong. Sort of like, you know, it's weird. Broken items. The shakedown theory that I have. I had someone who, it's now been 2 weeks. They bought a replacement oven glass. Brand new. Just someone to open the box, and they never took the oven glass out. It was still in its protective packaging that was adhered to the cardboard. And apparently they figured they bought the wrong one and they returned it. That's what a lot of returns happen to be, from my experience. And they said that there was the item came the glass came broken. Okay. They even opened a return request. This was damaged. And they showed a photo in their return request. And the only photo was of the box. Now, in this box, or on the box, Jenna had written, fragile, do not top load only or something. I don't know what the hell she wrote on there. She's getting a little fancy for me because I would never written that on there, because there's a theory that workers will see that and go, let's see how fragile this thing is. You know, some twisted, evil workers will think Oh, and I'm not done with the bubble. No, no, no. I'm not done with the bubble at all. Like I said, this thing's going to be bubbly. Now, I think we're going to be... I put 2 pounds on this, and we're at 14 ounces before I started. We're going to be at like 1 pound, 1 ounce, right? So it's going to be 2 pounds. Here's a shipping tip for you guys. Don't put ounces in. Don't put ounces in when you're doing your shipping, okay? Round up. Round up. Round up to the nearest pound. So if you got 1 pound, 1 ounce, put 2 pounds. It isn't going to increase your shipping costs because it's the same price. 1 pound, 2 ounces is the same as 1 pound, 9 ounces is the same as 2 pounds on the dot. Okay, that's just my advice to you. What it does by rounding up also is if you're, let's say you're off by a little bit, your scale is off, and you have it as, 1 pound, 6 ounces. I mean, you just put 2 ounces. I mean, I was thinking, well, maybe you're going to be charged. You're not going to be charged more. So don't worry about that. Trying to talk as I do this and trying to find the right. We don't have the long poly mailer. Maybe we should have bought some, but I really don't have them on hand right now. We used to have the long 24 by, I think they're like 13s, but I don't have them here. So we're going to have to get creative. And I do know, we found here, down here, we got some baby shit green, but these are way too big. Look, I can make, look how big these are. These are 24 by 24. I can make shorts for somebody with these. If I wanted to get creative, I can turn these into a pair of shorts. I mean, I don't wear a size 24 waist, but you guys can understand where I'm coming from. Pretty close. Pretty close. That ain't going to cut it. That ain't the right size. That's too wide. Too wide. Let's see what we got down here. See, I got my packages, or I have my packages, and they're in my way. And see, I ordered all these poly mailers from Gyropack, and Jenna didn't put them away. She kind of put them in the rack, but she didn't put them where they belong. So here we go. Here we go. This is the best I'm going to do. I don't care. I don't care. Okay. Now look, sometimes when you're shipping, you got to wing it. You got to wing it. Okay? You got to wing it sometimes. And look, your buyers could give a rat's if I use 30 gallons of bubble wrap and Frankenbag it, as long as it gets to them in good condition. Now, of course, much like my theory when it comes to using paper tape, it does provide a good presentation, okay? But this is, I think, going to make it in the same wonderful condition. It's going to minimize the cost. See, we pass the cost of the labels onto the buyer. We charge calculated shipping. My buyer may not have bought that for any more than the $31, or I was going to have to lower my price. In fact, I'm going to tape this down. I'll show it to you in a second here. This is going to be a lot of tape, so I apologize, because I like to bubble the crap. I mean, tape the crap out of these Franken bags. I'll show it to you in a second. So I like to use bubble wrap on almost everything. And I allow my buyers to tell me if I'm doing it right or not. Meaning that I do look at the feedback. And if a buyer is to come to us and say, or leave a neutral or maybe even a negative and say, poor shipping, item came broken, or you didn't like the shipping or whatever, I would consider what we did and change my packaging. Sorry if that's too loud. I have noise canceling on my microphone. And I don't know. It has to be picking it up, so I apologize. Okay. Yeah. It's pretty decent the way it is. I could go with it the way it is. I could live with it the way it is. We probably will. Maybe one more piece of tape. So here it is, guys. Okay. This is, I could sleep on this. It's that padded. Well, that was comfortable. But nonetheless, here it is. And let's see what it weighs. Oh, I was right. Close to right. 1 pound, 3 ounces. So we ain't losing money off of that deal. 2 pounds. But I don't know what the bubble wrap did to this thing. Did it make it a lot longer? I'm at 30. Why did I have 12? I know what happened. This is part of a... This is 30 by 10 by 3. And I had a generic size and weight. This is going to bring it up a little bit. Remember, but they paid $30 for one fan blade. So 30, 10, and 3 is, instead of $6.53, they paid $5.99 shipping. So I don't care. They paid me $32.09. Okay. $5.99 was earmarked toward shipping. It's $10.53 now. Okay. So essentially, we still made $17 to $20 off of this item after your fees and everything are taken out. And this is going Ground Advantage. We're going to run it. And there you go. Print that bad boy. Print that bad boy. Print that bad boy. And boom. We have our Jaden's printer. It's set up with Bluetooth, so we don't have to have it next to the printer. And just slap that thing right there. You guys see it real quick. Boom, boom, boom. And there you go. So here's what we're going to do. Because look, it's been 30 minutes. And I ain't trying to make a 5-hour video. I have, if you guys want to take a look behind me right here, I'll try to stoop down. You see down here, all these boxes, all these packages are from my main store, all the way over here. It goes all the way to here. Okay. All these down there are from my main store. It's going to take me probably every bit of an hour and a half if I stay on camera doing it. It'll take me 45 minutes if I turn these cameras off, right? So I just want you guys to see, this is kind of how we operate. I mean, Jenna might have a couple different things that she does. And like I said, she's going to do a video here pretty soon. And you can see what she does. And maybe she'll do a longer video. But I wanted to put something out. This is what we do. There's nothing special to this. Now, you might not even agree with how I do it. You might be appalled. You might be like, what the heck is that? I expected more out of you, John. Your shipping methods are a little, like, not good. And I would be fine if you felt that way. This is what works for us. And more so, this is what works for my buyers. This is what works for my buyers. Next item is a part for a Breville. And I just wrapped it in bubble, so I ain't going to unwrap it. But you just have to trust me on this. They paid $25.38 with shipping. It's, well, that's 19 something plus $4.58. Okay, you really can't see it. I unwrapped it, but you really can't see it. It's called a portafilter locator. Look, I guess when you put the portafilter in the espresso machine, you it locks in the machine there. So I have it rolled up here, and I want to see something. We have it as 8 ounces, and I've got to find the appropriate. Yes, I'm going to bubble and poly this. What do you mean, John? Bubble and poly. Bubble the item, and poly. Look, we got a pink one. Poly mail the item, or poly bag the item. Why do you have different color bags, John? Because like that 24 by 24, you want to call it a skirt? Well, I know that's what it is. I can look at it before I grab it and know. Now, at the time, when I grabbed it, I wasn't quite sure. This is Jenna's domain, by the way. So, you know, now I know that the avocado color is, or what I called it before, is 24 by 24. Look, I just want to know if I have to come in here and ship, a general idea where the stuff is. This is not, I'm not focused. So there it is. There it is. Look, it doesn't have to be special. They're buying a part for their espresso machine. This thing is going to be placed in their mailbox. They're going to take the scissors. They're going to cut this open like a 5-year-old at Christmas. They don't care about this packaging. They care about the part inside. I got this thing like a pillow around the part. It's a very heavy-duty plastic part, but it is not going to break, okay? I am that confident in it. And it weighs in at 2 ounces. 2 ounces. And so that falls within 4. It goes in the rule of 4 with ground advantage. First class is anything under a pound. And so we have 4 ounces. They were charged $5.58 in shipping, and now they're going to be charged $4.20. Well, I'm going to pay $4.22 for the label. So there you go. Put that towards my fees, eBay, and then print that bad boy out. And boom, we're there. And we are there. So if you made it this far, do me a favor. Enjoy the content. Please hit that like button. Consider subscribing to the channel. And hit the notification bell so that when we do a live, and sometimes we'll just throw a video out just for the heck of it. Like I'm going to throw this one out probably in the morning. So I'm doing this Sunday night. You will see this on Friday sometime in the morning, because as soon as I'm done doing this, I got to go do that. And once that's done, I got to do 2 returns. And then once those 2 returns are done, I've got to edit this video, which is another reason why I don't want it to be a 1,000-hour video. I just want it to be a basic idea of our setup. Now, what is that noise? This is my Porter Cable heat gun. It has the adjustable. This thing can get really hot. You don't have to get anything this fancy. We used to buy the cheap $10 to $15 ones off of Amazon, but we noticed that after a few months, they'd end up dying on us, right? So this thing we've had for years, and I'm trying to take off this Amazon sticker. Those of you who sell liquidation know that these Amazon stickers, if you don't have them heated up right, they'll leave a black residue. Not a void sticker type. It's kind of like a void sticker without any words. Just leaves a residue on there for some stupid reason. I guess they want to know if you're selling liquidation on their platform. Hold on real quick. This thing that's been taped over. Okay, so get back to that. And you got to go slow with it. And for the most part, it's pretty good. I mean, you see the little black residue right there? Just didn't get it good enough, but it's okay. Heck, I'm not sending it to Amazon. Sending it to a buyer who doesn't really care. I'm going to put the label over that anyway. So by the time this package is done, this buyer ain't going to know what it is. Now, I'm selling an intake manifold. It's a car part. It's a car part. It's sold. I had it quite cheap because it's in used condition. I sold it as used condition, and the thing went fast. These parts go. This particular part sells for well over $100. I sold this part for. Let me go here real quick. Sold this part for $49.99 plus shipping, $60.21. You guys want to know what I paid for it? What I paid for this part? $1.15. Okay, so we made a heck of a come up, and I got this item thinking it could be in new condition, but it wasn't. So it wasn't banged up or anything. Just little dirty. That's it. Cleaned it up and sold it as used. So this one is 2 pounds. It's right at the 2 pound mark, actually. Right at the 2 pound mark. And so I'm going to set it as 2 pounds. I had it marked as 3. So what do you know? And when I take the package off, it shows 0. So it's not like sometimes the scales aren't correct. So you got the right dimensions. Don't ask me why I double check. I sometimes catch mistakes. So people always ask me, why do you do double work? Okay, so it says it went down to $8.98. They paid $11.08. My label's $8.98. So I made $2 that I can apply towards my eBay fees on this sale. So the way I kind of look at it, maybe it's like the idea of me applying these extra few dollars, a couple dollars per package towards the cost of my promotion, right? Because I'm promoting it like 8%. Those of you who are running your labels through your printer, I gotta tell you, this is so much better. No scissors. Don't have to use the scissors. I don't even know why we have scissors. But there you go. That's the package. And I gotta take my sticker off of here. And see, liquidation, people love their stickers. They love their stickers. There's one thing I can change about liquidation. It is the stickers all over everything. They just make me crazy. But that's a video for another day. Two more parts, 2 more pieces here for this account, 2 more items to ship out, and then we'll be done. But I guess, look, you can click off anytime you want. The fact that you're here is you probably are interested in this video. So this is a thermistor assembly coming off of the same coffee machine, that espresso machine. They paid, oh, you're going to love this. You're going to love this. They even used my coupon. They paid $30.40 for this part. Now, granted, it is a $600-700 coffee machine, but when you can pull off 60 parts off the thing and you get one connector, this connects to the boiler. So when you put water in your machine, your coffee machine, this regulates that temperature. It's the thermistor, the thermostat, but it's called a thermistor. And I listed this only a couple days ago. Fall, I could tell you, fall is a good time. This is when people start buying maybe a new coffee machine, or they're fixing their old one. Getting cold. Let's have a nice warm cup of coffee. So here you go. So we're going to get that pink bag again. Going to pop it in there. I bubbled the crap out of it because, look, I don't want anything to happen to it. If I wanted to get smashed, it's a $30 part. I'll use 10 cents extra in bubble wrap for these people. And then we will fold it. And I'll just take that. I'll take that. Take that. Now, there's a little gap here. I like to close the gap. See that little gap right there? Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that to get caught in a machine somewhere. So take a piece of Scotch tape or a piece of, in this case, shipping tape. and then just neatly put it. I can't do it like that. Okay. Boom. Just fold it over, and now there's no gap. On the other side, there's a gap. So let's close the gap. We're closing the gap right here. Gap is closed, sir. And this was less than 4 ounces, I'm sure. Wow, I had that as 15 ounces. Wow, what am I doing? Because it's only going to be 4 ounces on this thing. So that's going to save me some. But they were free shipping. So it was $30.04. This particular part, I think I had it for maybe $34.99 free shipping, because others were selling it for $39.99. I sold it for $34.99 free shipping. They used my markdown sale 10% and the 10% coupon and got the free shipping. So, hey, it don't bother me. I paid $4.60. I end up making over $20 on this one part. That's outstanding. Outstanding. And we got another label coming. All right. So, down to our last package. And I hope you guys had a good Labor Day. Hope you guys had a good Labor Day. You know, I came into this video saying to myself, you know what? Don't be just this stiff. Try to have a little fun with the channel. Try to have fun with the video. I think that if you go back to some of my first videos, I've come a long way to show you who I am. I am a very easygoing guy, and I like to laugh, like to joke with people. But maybe this is the right time for this. Integrity, guys. It's all you have. And I believe in having some integrity in everything that you do. From my reselling to my videos. And that's important to me. And maybe that's why it bothers me so much when someone says something negative about me. You know, it isn't about me trying to please everyone, because I thought for the longest time that's what it was. It's really taking criticism and trying to put it into play. But if people think that you're shady, you're like, well, what did I do to cause that? Why am I shady? There's no reason for me to be perceived as shady. You know, I haven't tried to get money from you guys. I don't ask anyone for money. People that send super chats are just doing it out of the kindness of their heart. They're gracious. You don't have to do it, but we appreciate every one of you guys for doing it. But, you know, you might say, well, you have a membership program. You're right, I do. And I keep it as cheap as I can, $2.99, cheaper than any cup of coffee you're going to find anywhere. And that's per month, because I want to make sure that we have serious people in the members only lives, because we do have people who take chances and say, hey, look at my store. And it's so much better when you have 20 or 30 people in a live versus 150. And some of those 150 have bad intentions. And I can tell you, most people who are members are there to learn or to see what's going on, and they don't have bad intentions. So I think that's kind of why we do it. I could charge more. I could charge $4.99, $9.99, but anybody who's serious about being a member is going to pay, you know, what it is. But this gives more people a chance to you know, tune in. I don't want to charge nobody $39.95 a month. That's ridiculous. I don't know who would pay that anyway to follow Flippin' Ain't Easy. I figure $2.99. Let's get as many serious people. And we have 150, 200, 300 people. I think we were having like 60 or 70, but we can get 152, 300 people to be members. But the fact that there's a barrier of entry will keep the riffraff out, I think, right? The people who just want to stir up trouble. So just remember this, guys. You watch a lot of channels. Maybe you don't. Maybe you only watch this one and maybe a couple other ones. I don't know. That might be the way to go. But find the channels that you can resonate with. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to sell what they're selling. Okay? We all sell on eBay. We all are affected by many of the same things that go on this platform. And I like to think that the stuff that we cover is relevant to most sellers. By the way, this is a PTO clutch. Anybody know what this is for? Well, I guess it's on the box, okay? It's for a lawnmower. So there's something going on here that I do not like. And I'm going to have to, sometimes I'll pre-package these. Well, this is already pre-packaged, but I'll tape these up, these boxes. And if I get movement is a bad thing with shipping. Any kind of, I have the quilted bubble in here. I'm going to have to add some more. But because there's a little bit of movement, that's a no-no for me. I don't like that. That's bad news. So we are going to do something about it. So there's a little bit of space and a little bit of a gap from a lot of times. I'll show you here real quick. I don't need a whole lot. That's about all I need for this. But look, it like you run the quilted bubble with this stuff and it like deflates. This is a fresh set. I'm just going to add the fresh piece to this piece that was already in there. Okay, because I don't want movement. Movement is not a good thing for your packages. Movement is not a good thing for your packages. Okay, so back to where I was at. Integrity, guys. I have to tell you, I'm not going to drop names because that's not good. I'm not trying to start up trouble. But there's people out there with bad intentions. There's people out there that don't have community on the top of their mind. It is, how do I extract? It's like, how do I extract as much money from people as I can? And how do I do that so that I don't have to sell on eBay? And look, if you want to be a YouTuber, be a YouTuber. And let everyone know that you're a YouTuber first. YouTube first. I respect that. And just happen to sell on eBay, right? For content. I respect that. There's people who are in that market that want to watch that type of content. But if you represent yourself as the everyday guy and you're just trying to fleece them, I got a problem with that. Now, maybe you ain't coming out to tell people you're fleecing them, but you'll know. You'll know when you see them. Sometimes they will have lots of things that are promising. They'll get your hopes up. They'll make you feel good. Here it is, the feelings, right? This is why I tell you, get your feelings out of your business, because you're watching a YouTube video and you're seeing somebody represent themselves and making you feel a certain way about that person and their operation, and you then want to then emulate or be like that person or look up to that person. Don't look up to me, by the way. You know, if you respect the things that I say, cool. Be part of the community. I'm just the guy who sells out of my garage. I'm no different or better than anyone else. Unfortunately, there's people that are in this community that really do think they are better than everyone else. And it's sad, actually. And things happen. And then when reality sets in, sometimes they disappear. I'll just put it like that. And sometimes they'll remain. They'll remain and they do their thing. And nobody's the wiser because they bought into the promises or the allure of that person's success on eBay. And somehow the viewer feels like that person can't do any wrong. And they buy into a lot of what they're saying. And they usually will have things to say, and it's pretty decent things to say. But don't always buy it. Don't always buy it. And if I ever say something questionable, like I'll say, I think there's a geolocation thing because every time I leave to go to California, I get hammered. Or I don't get hammered. My sales die. You know, that's just a thought. Take it for what it is. Now, if I'm trying to sell you something, now don't look at it as my sponsors. I have sponsors on the channel. I'll talk about that here in a second. If I'm trying to sell you something, well, like a program or a course or something, yeah, there's an incentive for me to tell you things to get you excited about subscribing to my course. There you go, playing on your feelings. But the truth is, you don't need any course to succeed on eBay. You just need the drive, the focus, and you need a purpose. What's your purpose for reselling? And you need to think about that purpose every day. Every morning when you wake up, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? For me, wake up in the morning, I check my eBay balance. Then I check my eBay bank account or my bank account. And it's about how do I keep the positive flow coming in? How do I keep the money coming in the way I like it? Now, what I did while I was rambling, I have this bubbled. What am I going to do with that? You're not going to ship it like that. Why didn't you just ship it in the box you had it? A couple reasons. If it's a decent size that's not much bigger than this, because much bigger than this, I probably would. I'm going to take one of my poly bags. This is the bag in the box I was telling you about. And I'm going to see if this fits. Okay, so here it is. This is a 12 by 19 poly mailer. Okay, and I'm going to attempt. And this is don't try this at home. I'm going to attempt to put this box in the bag. Okay, and I'm going to see, make sure that there's no nonsense on the box. Okay, there's not. Good thing, because I was going to have to take this damn bubble off. Sometimes I'll forget to put key stickers, take some of the stickers off. I don't want to do that, have to do that here. So we're safe, but I may have put too much bubble on this because it is going to give me some fits. So I don't know what you guys think about what I just had to say. Is there a reason for me saying this? Whenever I have a thought that bothers me, I'll talk about it. But it doesn't mean I'm at liberty to share the things that I know, because that just causes drama. I ain't trying to get sued by nobody. But I'm always watching. I'm always trying to get the pulse of the community. Not so I can go and start rumors or anything like that. That's not who I am. But you never know when you're going to have a dealing with somebody, and I just don't want to get mixed up with the wrong crowd. Not in this business. So you have an interaction with somebody. You're hopeful that it will turn into something positive. You find out that there ain't much positive about dealing with this person. And you move on. You move on. And it's disappointing. Sometimes you're like, we met Resell Rabbit. Excellent dude. Okay. Very knowledgeable. Fun. Cool. Just a cool all around person. Never asked me for a thing. Now, I did ask him, hey man, would you come on the show? They're like, yeah, I'll come on the show. Okay. No agendas. Just straight up, hey, I got 200,000 subs and I'm not above being on a 27,000 subscriber channel. Okay. So that's awesome. That is absolutely awesome to me. And he helped me with the purchase. Now I haven't sold this item yet, but he had a lot of good insights. I will be talking about that here at some point. Not in this video. This video is an hour long. I didn't want it to be an hour long, but we're almost done. And I'm going to show you what that box in a bag looks like. And maybe you're like, my God, John, that's a lot of tape. And I'm sure that's what the post office thinks too. Or the nerve of you, John, to, whoops, even my gimbal's tired of me. The nerve of you, John, to talk about liquidation using a lot of tape. But here you go. Okay, this is my form-fitted box in a bag. And this will never go FedEx. This will never go UPS. But it will go Ground Advantage. Now, what gave you the idea to do that? Now, remember Finger Hut? Anybody remember back in the day Finger Hut? I remember ordering a Walkman. I don't know why I remember this. I remember I ordered a Walkman and from Sony. It was in the box, brand new. And it came just like that. Just like this. And I guess it's cheaper. I mean, looking at what, 5 to 10 cents per poly mailer versus 35 to 50 cents, sometimes cheaper for a box, right? I have, this is very squishy. I think it's sharp. I mean, what do you guys think? Maybe it's not for you, but it's for us. We've been doing this for many, many years. This is ringing up at 11 pounds. That's what I have here. 12, let's see. Actually, I have it by 11, by 10, by 6. And I have 12 by 10 by 6 in here because I always estimate about an extra inch on the package, knowing I'm going to bubble this thing and poly it. $11.37 for this label. They paid $13.20 through eBay Labels. And I will buy that shipping label. And boom. Oops, it's not done yet. Sorry, I didn't hit the print button. Boom. Go. Okay, boom. There it is. The last label. I just realized this. My eyes are still kind of... Those of you guys are still with me after an hour, almost an hour. Thank you. Went to the eye doc, the optometrist. Optometrist? I don't know how to say it. Look, I'm not a scholar. You guys know this by now. I went. They think there might be some kind of a viral thing in my eyes. It happened to me about 15 years ago, and they say that I have extreme dryness in my eyes. So we're going to take these drops. We've been taking these drops that they gave me 4 times a day until my appointment on Friday. And then they're going to do something about the dryness. So look, I don't want to see this guy again after this time. I drive in 30 miles each way to go see him. Yeah, I don't want to do that anymore. I just want to give me a solution. Hopefully we'll get rid of this whole viral thing this week. If it is viral, because he said he wasn't sure. And be done with it. So hopefully we have some good news moving forward. And by then, Jenna's gonna be back home and everything. So look, I want to thank you for watching this long. If you have watched this long, wow, I'm flattered that you thought enough about me to watch this far through, because it's nothing special. What I do is nothing special. This is things that we've learned, we've picked up, we've watched other people, we've focused on what is most cost effective for our business. I ran 8 labels today with you. It took an hour because I'm running my mouth. 8 labels, and I think we probably ended up with about $13 over and above what we charge for these labels. Okay. And that's money, more money in our pocket. And so if I could give you ideas on how you can save money with your shipping, maybe there's an idea that maybe you just haven't thought of before, well, try it. I mean, all I can say is try it. Comment down below if you have a question. I'll be glad to answer your shipping questions about what we've done here and try to give you an answer as to why do you do it this way? How come you do it that way? That's what this is about. This is about community. This is about showing people and showing people that there's nothing special about my operation. I can do it. You can do it. It's about how do you make money through saving money, right? I don't need to double box every item that I have. Why? Because my feedback represents that. If I had, if I'm shipping like this, we've been shipping like this for many years. If I had negative, I have negative feedbacks, but generally it's not about shipping. Will we have shipping mishaps? A couple thousand items? Yeah. And people will maybe report that. But for the most part, if I get reports, I'm talking multiple reports out of maybe 60, 70 of the items that I ship, 70, 80 items that I ship in a week, or Jenna ships in a week. If I get, 3, 4 people saying, dude, what's going on with the shipping? The item came busted or, just horrible shipping. We'd come back and revisit some of these things. But I tell you, what works for what we ship. And we're going to continue doing that because it does work. And our customers reflect that. So whether you agree with it or not, you do what works for you. I ain't here to judge you, and maybe you're here to judge me, but we're not going to change the way we do business. We're going to keep doing this because our customers are satisfied with it. And if they're satisfied with it, then that's good enough for me. And it's all about what Grumpy John has said to me. We were at dinner. This is last year sometime. And he said, find your good enough. Find your good enough. It does not have to be perfect. As long as it's good enough. If it's good enough for the buyer, it's good enough for your business. Good enough for your customer, it's good enough for your business. So I'll leave you there with that. I want you guys to have an excellent rest of your day. Have a great start to your week. Check us out on the live stream at 3 p.m. We're going to try to have a guest with me, so it's not just me running my mouth. And then we're going to have Friday. We're going to have a special guest, and stay tuned for that. You will not want to miss it. And until then, guys, have an excellent rest of your day, and we will talk to you here very soon. Take care.
The live streams on Mondays and Fridays. Join the Discord community for the parlays. Tune into the podcast. Profit Playbook's the name. With Scott and Josh, flipping's more than a game. Mistakes, learn from them.